Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Eric Shelton, who will fight on Synergy FC 17, January 4th. Hello, Eric. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. And in just few days, you will fight against another very good fighter. It will be another big fight for you. So, if you can tell me, how do you feel a few days before the fight?
I mean, I feel good, man. Weight cuts coming smooth. I just fought, month or two so ago, so I'm still in great shape. So I'm excited about this fight. I think it's a great matchup for me. Um, he has everything to gain with this fight, but so I think it's good for me, man. I'm going in there with not too much pressure. Just go in there and do my thing.
And actually, you fought against who is who, either like outside of the UFC in the regional promotions and even in the UFC. So, if you can tell me, how do you rank him as the opponent?
I'm. I don't want to say he's. I think he's a great fighter. He's. I think he's just. I don't think he matches up well against me. I think I'm too well rounded for him. I think I'm too fast for him. I'm pretty much. I think I'm better than him everywhere. But as far as ranking goes, as who I fought, he's nowhere near the top because like I said, I've fought Pantoja. I fought the best in the world already. So I think I'm gonna be his toughest competition yet for sure.
And when did you find out about this fight?
I think about 4 weeks ago they offered it to me, so took it with no hesitation.
And do you have after your previous fight, do you still going to the gym and train? Maybe like not like in the training camp, but still, do you train like every day?
Yeah, I always train. That's my life, man. If I'm not coaching wrestling, I'm training, so I'm always in the gym.
So you definitely will be in the top shape, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't take no one lightly, so this guy, he's gonna get the worst of me. I stay in shape, man. So I'm not taking him lightly at all.
Overall, in my opinion, it's like no doubt that you should be in the UFC right now because of your experience, because you beat so many top level guys. But do you feel any like stress that because you know that you built like very good winning streak and something can go wrong and even that you should be in the UFC, that like bad thing may happen and you will not end with the contract, let's say.
Yeah. That's something I dealt with while I was in the UFC, having fear of what could possibly happen, and leaving that doubt in my mind. I've grown in the sport though, so now I don't really think too much about that. I think I just go in there with a clear head and you go get the job done, and I fight better that way. He's it's definitely anything could happen in this fight. This is the fight game, but I think I prepare well enough to avoid things like that. So I've done it against the best in the world, like I said. So I think I'll be fine, and I like to leave it to God's hands anyway.
And in like last 2 years, you beat like really top level fighters because Dwight Joseph is right now a A1 combat champion. Guthrie is also a very good fighter. Of course, you knocked out the like two last opponents, Abdul Kamara and Jarrell Hodge. So I think that it right now it should be not like the question that you should be in the UFC, but did you in the like between the fights did UFC contact you that they would be interested in you signing the contract with them?
Currently, I was managed. I'm currently a free agent, but I was managed by Ali and Will Lester with dominance, and they had called me about a last minute replacement fight, but I guess they looked past me and went to somebody else. So I mean, I don't know if I'm on the last minute call list or whatever the case may be. But like I said, man, I'm focused on just getting this fight out of the way, man, and hopefully, I pray that something bigger comes for me because I feel like I've been putting in the work. I've taken out, like you said, real top notch guys, and finishing them as well. It's not just decision fights. I've been looking to finish now, so and I know that's what they want. So in the UFC, they're looking for finishes, and I've knocked out the last two, so I'm looking to get another knockout, and hopefully that will open their eyes to what I bring to the table.
And about bantamweight division, how quickly can you make a bantamweight limit?
I can make it pretty easy. I mean I walk at like 55, but I cut it easy. I cut it pretty. I do it right. As long as I have time, I can do it right. And as the way it's been for me, I haven't really got up to 55 because I've been fighting so often. So I've been walking a little lighter, so it's easier for me to get down there. So if they call me for a last minute fight, I'll make the weight, no question.
So definitely the bantamweight division is better, right, for your body than previously flyweight.
Yeah, definitely bantamweight now. I mean, I could make 25. I could get down there if I had an opportunity. But like I said, it has to be money. It has to be for money because at that to do that, it costs a lot more. To do a strict diet, it's a lot more expensive to live walk lighter. So bantamweight for me is where I feel. Also, I feel like there's funner fights at that division. I like the fight matchups for me. Um, it's a broader division. I'm looking to just go in the UFC and have good fights and leave with the legacy, man. I know I can make it to the top. So I'm just gonna keep doing me, man, and just keep striving to be the best me.
And if the UFC would give you a contract because you are not like a 5 or 6-0 prospect, but you like a really experienced guy, and you will not start from the bottom. But I think that your first fight in the UFC would be a big name, also like a very good fighter. Do you have a name in mind that you would like to face in 2025 from the UFC roster?
Honestly, a fighter that I've always kind of wanted to fight is Cody Garbrandt. I like that matchup for striking, stand up. He's fast. I'm fast. I think it's a fun fight. It won't be no grappling boring match. It'll be a striking fight. I love that fight. Like I said, anybody in the 135 division, I find myself being a good fight for. So, but like I said, Cody Garbrandt is no disrespect, but definitely somebody I've always wanted to step in there with.
Yes, this definitely would be exciting fight. I thought that maybe like Marlon Vera because he's always deliver good fights. It would be also a very good one.
Mhm.
And and you fought in the UFC for 3 years. And when you are thinking back about these 6 fights, do you think that you could do something better, or do you have like takeaways from this 3 years?
Yeah, man. Like I said, the first time I was in the UFC, uh, the flyweight division was on the way out. It was kind of like I always had my back against the wall, and I feel like my mind was never really in winning. It was more in not losing. So it's like now I have a mindset. It's completely different. I go in there looking for the finish. I go in there, prepared for anything, and I feel like I've already seen it all. So it's like nobody's gonna surprise me out there no more. It's nothing I haven't seen. And again, man, and also I think the division, if they brought me back at 35, I think I could definitely shake up the division. I just think I got the ability to shake up 25 or 35. But definitely 35 is funner for me. I definitely want 35 over 25, but I could do either.
And actually, I checked like your record on Tapology, and I saw that you also had like a very long amateur career. It was 13 fights, and your first fight was in 2010. So it was like a super long time ago. And in your opinion, how the sport changed from this like 15 years ago?
Um, I think it's just evolved more. I mean, I think more now you're getting away. Guys are getting away with just being strikers. I think people are figuring it out. I think it's just evolving. Like a lot more talent. A lot more ways to get into the UFC. So you're seeing a lot more green guys in the UFC. Honestly, there's guys in the UFC I know now that I could just walk all over. I know I could just crush them. But this just that's just how it goes, man. The outlets to get in there are there's so many more now. So I mean, you look at guys like that are one trick ponies that are champs now. I mean, like O'Malley. I don't think he's a great ground specialist, but he's was champ for a while, knocking everybody out. You got Style Bender wasn't a great ground specialist, but he's knocking people out. I feel like if anything, people are getting more savage to defending takedowns, and the ground game isn't so dominant anymore. So I think I think that goes in my favor. I have more submission wins, but I strike better. I definitely got better hands, and I think I could put anybody to sleep on the roster.
Yes, and like your two last performances just prove that you have like a great striking and you can knock people out with like a very good combination. So I think that it was like it was quite known, but right now the two last fights is like proof of that.
Proof, yeah. And that's what I'm looking for, man. And that's what they're looking for too, is proof. So, third time's the charm. Hopefully I get in there and knock this guy out, and here we go. And we'll get a call. Because like I said, right now I feel like I'm in the best mental space, as far as fighting goes. Life is life, but as far as getting in that ring and handling my business, I'm in the best space. I feel like I'm talent wise, I'm the best I've ever been. I ever see everything so much more clear now. So there's just a lot of ups in bringing me into the UFC. I think it'd be a positive thing for them more than a negative. So hopefully they can see that, and after this finish or however I do so, they bring me back.
Yes, yes, definitely it should be like this. And for this fight, if you can tell me who do you train with? Maybe your team, maybe some sparring partners that like give you good rounds in the training room.
Currently, man, I have a great boxing coach, kind of my secret weapon I've been using for years, and so we've been building. And then I got like guys like Junior Hernandez. He's former UFC fighter. He's great, similar. He's a great grappler, great striker. He does everything good. So, and Austin Hubbard comes down here occasionally. So I'm in Iowa right now. So I got, Iowa's the Militate's fighting system is the mecca. It used to be the mecca of fighting. So we have tons of wrestlers down here, and this guy's that I'm about to fight is more, based towards wrestling. So, and like I said, I got the high school kids I'm wrestling with just to keep me moving. You know what I mean? I'm coaching, so I'm always one step ahead, just always building, always trying to, master my craft.
So you have this like knockouts recently because of your training coach, because of your boxing coach probably.
Yeah, man, and honestly, going up in weight too. Going up to 35 gives me that extra little power behind myself. But yeah, my boxing coach, he's been my secret weapon for years and years and years. And he's always had me ready for fights. But this now, he says it. He's like, your power is just way different than it has ever been. Maybe it's getting into grown man strength or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, definitely, it's there now. And I've always had the precision and speed, but now I have the power behind it. So. Yeah, I'm a problem for anybody.
And you get to the UFC from the Ultimate Fighter, and I thought that I think that it was a really cool season because the winner fought for the title. And do you have any like good or like your best memory from the whole show?
Man, the best memory for me is just having the opportunity to kind of gauge myself with, like now the roster is the top guys in the 125 roster, everybody I was on the show with. Pantoja, Kai Car France, all these guys that I was able to train with, Brandon Moreno, and it's just a blessing to me. I think the whole show itself was great for me. Get to test myself and see where I fell, and came up semifinalist, and then lost to Tim Elliott. But like I said, Tim Elliott, that was a back and forth fight, could win either way. So and then coming in and fighting Pantoja, my first fight in the UFC, which was another blessing, because now look how far he's gone, and I have no ill will towards any of those guys that have had the ability to make it to where they're at. Nothing but praise for me. But I know my path has always been the dark horse. It was that on the Ultimate Fighter, so I'll take the long route. But when I get there, it's gonna be that much great for me and my family. So I'm just gonna keep on doing me, man, and being thankful for what I've been able to see and do throughout my career.
So what is your like official prediction for your fight against Olivas?
I think I knock him out in the first round. Honestly, just but he's just not a fast guy. He's not a fast fighter. I feel like, and that's gonna be his downfall. He's not gonna be able to wrestle me like he wrestles these other guys. He's not gonna be able to hold me down. So I see me sprawling on him and then just knocking him out eventually, catching him on the button.
So hopefully this will be your last fight on the regional scene, and then some
Hope so, man.
maybe UFC
That's
fight.
hope so, man. That's what I'm hoping for, man. Just gotta keep knocking these guys out and getting finishes. That's all they want to see. So
Okay, Eric. So many thanks for the conversation. I think that this fight it is like a great fight on the regional scene, and I think even right now, maybe like even 2 fights ago, I think that your place should be in the UFC. So with the win, I think that there should be no like doubts that you not only should be on the roster, but you probably will be ranked or close to be ranked.
yeah, that's ideal, man. That would be my plan, and that's how I hope everything's gonna go. Like I said, man. I don't think I bring anything negative to the table for the UFC. So hopefully they can see that and they'll see I can finish guys. You know, I can get in there with the best, and I'll put them out of there. So hopefully they notice it.